Welcome back, fellow citizens of Jar Deron for Super President. We interrupt this episode to show you, oh man, Luke emailed me this, and it's just the greatest thing ever, so here's a minute of this before we start our episode.
Yay!
Let's begin.
This mic smells bad. Being broken doesn't really help. Has a little switch though. Just do it. Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. I am here at the grand opening of well, we all know. Hey you. Have you seen this? Have you seen this? Have you seen it though? Nice.
Also, one more thing, at least for the next foreseeable month, my work schedule is not set, so we'll probably be live streaming on Thursday. So like, heads up. Back into the episode. Starwipe. This is the show in which we try to build our own country, take over the entire universe, and fix all of the universe's problems. If that sounds like something you think you might like, please hit the subscribe button down below to be counted as a citizen and to join us on our path to glory. Now, this country, we need to find out my title as leader of Jar. Can't just call me PTA man, leader of the Western PTA meeting group. I mean, we could. So when trying to figure out titles for a country, you might say, well, it's president, right? Maybe, but also maybe not. You see, there are many titles around the world. In fact, there were far more than I intended to handle originally, but I'm not mad about it. I will rise to the challenge. I will show that I know the way we should go. Now, we've gone over King already. Bit of a Julius Caesar thing to do. Not really my intention, but we should go over the potential titles for that jar. There will be, top link in the description, a straw poll where you can all, until the Monday show, vote on which you think should be my official title as head of Jar, as voted by the Jarian people. But first, we need to find out our candidates. Now, I went to Wikipedia, because that's where I do a lot of research. It's generally neutral and generally informative. I learned how to say that on Wikipedia. In the types of heads of government, they have this picture just to show you these are some heads of the heads of government. That's not part of what I'm saying. I just found that funny. Moving on. Instead of president, we also have Chancellor. It's something wonderful, very German in its history. So we have German Chancellor Angela Merkel. Ooh, love it. Very regal. We have Chairman of the Executive Council, which sounds very high school. Until it was changed, it was only used by the Isle of Man, and they changed to Chief Minister. It's like a minister, but the one that's in charge of the other ministers. Not the first minister, that's the first minister. He's also chief executive, but I just love that first minister, minister president, and prime minister are three separate things on this list. They're effectively the same thing. We also have premier, which is Premier Minister. I wonder what that is in English. We have various forms of president. We have State Councillor, because you all need help, and we're going to talk about it. And we have State President, used only in South Africa, for some reason. Though I wouldn't put it past Texas at some point to make their own. What happened to King? King ain't on this list. What if we want to declare you king? I'm not saying you should. Actually, I think that'd be kind of weird. But we will also go over the other world titles. You see, there's quite a ridiculously long list. I'll have to cut it down because it's genuinely like 100 titles. We have king and chief, which are basically translated into many different areas, but you may have heard of certain terms like pharaoh from ancient Egypt, but they swapped to king eventually, or czar from Russia, or apparently that one's gendered for some reason. It's because pharaoh there's only one, but in Russia it's czar and tsaritsa? I guess. Alright. Like, I'm not mad. Like, I'm a little mad, but I kind of not mad. But I am a little mad. Just call everyone czar. We have despot, which was from the Byzantine Empire, which is now kind of a pejorative insult, but, you know, gotta start somewhere. We have shogun, although I can't be a shogun because that is, as said here, always a samurai. Always. We have sultan. We also have raja, which is, I'm assuming Disney decided to make it so it's king and his pet king. Alright. I'm mad again. Of this list, I'm annoyingly going to stick with the Western ones because I feel like if somebody found my video in 2 to 3 years and saw me calling myself Pharaoh, they would rather accurately deem me to be a racist, so we're not going to use those. There's also Viceroy, which is not just for Star Wars. It was a real thing that was used for science fiction again. Science fiction's weird. And specifically, only in Switzerland, we have a form of government I wasn't even aware of. Way to go, Switzerland, for being different. They have, and this is listed in German and French on the Wikipedia, presumably because of cultural heritage, but I don't know enough about Switzerland to know if that's true or not, but they list it as the, ooh, I'm gonna have a problem with this one, Schweizericher Bundesrat, which is literally the Swiss Federal Council. It just, in German, it sounds so epic, but I can't have that one either, because that's 7 people that rule a country together as a council, and they take turns being the leader of the country each year. I wish I was making this up. It's literally just the Tea Party from the Alice in Wonderland book and or movies, depending on which one you've consumed. So, I will put down below that list of titles that we have gone through, whether it be a monarch type thing, or whether it be something a little more chairman of executive council-y. That will be my official title as leader of JAR. Now, to be fair, I'm still head of the Mocracy Party, and JAR is still a Mocracy. We just never came up with a title because I don't pay enough attention to things. So this has been your super presidential candidate Deron signing off for Saturday, saying welcome to JAR. JAR takes all kinds. We are family now. Please join us this week and every week. We go every single Saturday, Monday, and this week I believe we'll be streaming on Thursday, because currently, for a very short period of time, I'm in a weird work schedule that's not fixed. Yay! It also gives people who are always busy Wednesday a chance to hang out, so that's something. And I will leave you, as always, with the viewer-submitted motto for JAR in the viewer-submitted conline for JAR, which is Mama donapamen lem, miu donapamen eia liita miu mam liita. See you all Monday. And this episode is brought to you by Luke. And also by Rachel. 2 wonderful people overflowing with heart and power, worthy and deserving of titles beyond preposterous powery power. Oh, thanks guys.